Genesis 1:22. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth." It's very interesting. God told all the birds, or the fish, or the creatures, He blessed them. It's kind of like an order. And so in here, kind of like animals or those creatures, they will receive the blessing, or they will understand the blessing. Or should I say, just God's wish. So blessed does not necessarily really follow your will. But in here, if blessing just a will, that kind of like Buddha said, all our word made by the willing power. Same thing, like right now the quantum science also proved that point. The word is built upon the will. Your will changed, everything changed. So it was interesting at this point. Nothing material. It's all the words. God say there is light and then there is darkness. God bless them. God ordered this. All starts the word. All starts the willing power. And the willing power expression is the word. And the word is showed in the nature, in the word is the frequency. Like at the beginning I said, Om Mani Padme Hum, that's the song of everything. That's the frequency. So in here, when we talk about be fruitful, increase number, and ask the birds increase on the earth, what fish they will populate? What method? Mating? But what make them grow? Eat each other, right? So this kind of fighting, this kind of structure already existed at the very far beginning of design. It's not peaceful world. From our eyes, it looks like it's not peaceful, but for God, in God's words, big fish eat small fish getting fulfilled, everything get like more and more. Same thing, birds steal other birds' egg, eating other birds, eat fish, eat fruit, whatever. It's nature, part of nature. It's just part of his job, his progress. They want to do something. They want to utilize these two channels, try to change the environment, try to make a change on the earth. So when we talk about the environment protection, when we talk about those kind of overkilling, no, they are just tools. They are just like even in the later Bible already talk about it. Just eat whatever sell on the market if you have enough faith. So in here, these fish, these birds, these fruit, all those things, just like a basic setting, basic testing material to make change on the earth. That's it. Simple. Just don't treat it. They are like a magnificent. They are great. Whatever. They can go. They can extinguish in the time. They can just come from dust. Go back to dust. That's it. Also, I do realize when you use the word blessing, that means uncertainty, out of control. Because if within your domain, your everything, do I need to really bless it? No, I don't need to. I can give you. You'll do this, do that, and you don't need the blessing. Because the potential is going worse than I think and I thought. So I will use bless, and because it's out of my control, and I wish you being good. So that environment, the water, the earth is still uncertain. uncertain for God, for those kind of water creatures. They are out of their control. It's not within their control. They can do something, use DNA technology to make the water create life, to generate bird, to separate. However, the deep abyss, the abyss still has very strong power. Or in the micro level, or another level, they don't understand. They're not under their, not they can control. They cannot control it. Also, another thing is, do you think those birds, those kind of fishes, they will understand the bless? I don't know. It feels like it's just a goodwill. So at this point, the creation went to a random. You don't know. You don't know the ending. What is the ending? Only thing is, I bless you. So when the structure, the predator, prey, the shrimp, the little maggot, all those things, finally, what make them grow? The earth, the deep under the water, the within the water, the bacteria, all the things, all the creoles within the water, that make them grow. And what make a bird grow? Eat fruit or eat each other, doesn't matter. What eventually they eat the trees, right? What trees eat? The trees eat the earth, the ground. So everything due to modify, due to change, due to reduce the power of the earth to make it to change. Basically, God still, at this point, they still try to do something to the fundamental of the earth is change the water, change the environment, make the water more complicated, separate from the very small points as they can. Because they did at the big point, the giant point, they separate the water and the soil, and they made the light and dark. But after that, you have to go to the small level, the micro level. You have to itty bitty, kind of like the little worm start to chewing a leaf, kind of a little bit. They try to use this kind of method. But after they put the birds into there, the chaos actually, that's what I believe. Actually, they brought the chaos. Why? Because they used older method. This is the earth. This is not called, they call it earth, but actually this abyss is unique. It's totally different. So when you use the old method, it doesn't work. Genesis 1:23. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. So in here, it repeats again. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, third day, fourth day, fifth day. And keep repeating. And every stage, I don't know how long it takes, probably a million years, probably tens of millions of years, or even billion years, nobody knows. But during this time, God repeatedly used one method. They exhaust one method first. For example, right here, they exhaust the fish, exhaust the birds, try to exhaust the method, see the change. And in God's eyes, the time really doesn't consider anything, means nothing, because they measure by million years or even longer. Because I remember in Sumer's break, the first king, second king, all the kings, the ruling time, one is like, I think is 320,000 years. The second one is 280. Then after that, getting shorter, especially after the Great Flood. So in the time for them is really doesn't mean that much things. So the first stage, they made a big separation from the light and the darkness. And the second separation, separate the water, the mud. Third, go to the tree, those things. At this moment, the creation or the modification for the abyss is not completed yet. However, the measurement, there was morning, there was the evening, the measurement between the light and the dark, actually the mark should be the symbol of this, is remain stable. So the system is still stable. That's the measurement for them. That's they want to see it. Genesis 1:24. And God said, let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind. And it was so. So we notice right here, we have beasts, mammal, we have livestock. So it's kind of like already human, or actually already all the like those pigs, dogs, or sheep, goats, those livestock, those things functional for, it's kind of like human from the barbarians cave age suddenly jump into a farming stage. Here it's another sequence issue. Supposedly we have a wild wolf, wild sheep, wild dog, whatever those kind of things. Then after thousands years or 100 years of those kind of training and live with humans, then we call them livestock, right? Otherwise, all animals, just animals, beasts, just beasts. So I just noticed it's a sequential issue again. What if it's just DNA sample from the heavens or from previous environment they preserved, and right now they just mix this DNA with the water, with the soil on the ground, and same thing. They just twist the DNA a little bit. So you see the similarity between the animals, or have spines, or have 4 legs, and eyes, nose, and all the system mostly are very similar. Have brain, all the things just big or small. So same thing. You take a big picture, you see it's kind of like a statistically, you see like in the biggest scoop, it's interquartile, they're almost same. So you go to both ends, extremely big, extremely wild, extremely small, extremely not similar, but still follow the same pattern. It's the similarity, even between the fish, between the ground animals. So they are similar. They're similar, which means the one who created them, or who the sample, whatever, the previous sample, they have similarity. Interestingly, in this stage, God didn't use the word team, or even didn't give any blessing. The reason is because previous stage, at the beginning, they want to make things working directly through the water. So they made it abundant, a huge, like grow in the water. Then big fish eat small fish eat shrimp, krill, whatever, those things, or whatever. It's a chaos. So the water, that 100 years, the million years, the billion years, whatever, how long it takes, it's not the result, not as God, as the heavens they want it. It doesn't work that well. So this time, God not blessing anymore, and He used different word, produce. So produce, it's kind of, you have a certain purpose, you follow the usage, and they not as previous stage team, it's grow wildly. It's not that way. You give each other a little space. You give each other little purpose of living. So in here, all the livestock, I don't understand how could this happen, because think about it, the pig we eat right now. At the beginning, there is no such things called pig. It's a hog, it's a bull hog, it's wild, it's wild things. And the sheep, no. And the chicken, no, they are wild. And the cow, no, they are wild. So how could this farming things like suddenly appeared? And same thing, like think about the watermelon we eat right now, sweet, right? But watermelon 100 years ago, it's really like a bad taste. And it just, you guys can check watermelon, what looks like. Same thing, banana, what looks like. And the corn, what looks like. So originally, those kind of veggie, those kind of animal, those kind of birds, all kind of those things, it's not as we imagined. So the livestock, I don't know what kind of livestock. Maybe dinosaur? They use a dinosaur? I don't know. It's just my brain right now. I can't catch it. But it's interesting, the sequence right here. I still notice again. There is bugs. There is animals. There is livestock appear at the same stage. It's kind of out of sequence. That's another issue. When we talk about Bible's correct, pastors always say, oh, original Bible is correct. Then what is the original Bible? No, I have no idea. And they always use this as an excuse. But my question is, what about the Bible we are reading right now? Oh, it's God's breeze through the people. Then what? They breathe out some bad breeze? No, it's milk with poison, still milk, poison milk. We'll add more water, only like 2% milk, whatever, but still milk, right? So we just try to trace back through these kind of very, very thin, very, very changed tasting milk to find out the truth. Genesis 1:25. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. So in here, we first time notice God made a wild animal and the livestock. And the destination or the function design for those animals, they will be or they are livestock. And some animal never able to be livestock. They just stay in wild. And the other animals, they all live on the ground, cross the ground, which means their life has nothing to do with water. Well, nothing, they will not go to water. Also, it is interesting, God already have a little management, a little structure change between the ground animal and the water animal. Because in the water, it just create more fish, You grow wildly, grow crazily, just grow more fish, doesn't matter. And the big fish eat small fish, big fish eat small fish, then keep growing, die, just a circle. But on the ground, it's different. He did the management, or he did the hierarchy already. The wild animal, the livestock, the other animals, and that he bounded. You shouldn't or you can live in the water. You just cross the ground. So that's give them the design from the very far beginning already. Why? Because the previous experience. Think about it. The birds and the water, all those animals, they made a chaos and doesn't really do well to the water or to the made a complicity. He wants more complicity, wants more separation for the water, to create that kind of world. But it's not really working. So he didn't make a hierarchy change, which means his will, his willing power involved into this world. Furthermore, he gave more willing power, even himself involved into the earth, into this environment. Because what? Because there's no way make any change, because the abyss so strong.